There are a lot of things I've done that I've been very fearful about. And some of them are, I must think, one of them actually had to do with much more personal than it did business, if I may share that. I was married for a long time, and finally I realized that just was not a healthy place for me. And it took me a long time to finally get to the point that I said, to save Susan, to stay healthy and be alive again, I had to make that decision to move on from a very long-term marriage. I've had that also in my career where I've been in places where after a while I had done what I needed to do for that company and it was really comfortable to stay, but that's not the right thing. You got to take risks, and that sometimes means being totally exposed. There was one time I was the CFO of a company and I was looking through all the numbers and we had calculated all these budgets. And finally I realized I had worked myself out of a job. So I went and told the owners, we're done. I've prepared everybody. I have great people now who are ready to step up. But there wasn't a place for me. And the owners didn't like hearing that because we love the people we work with. But it was the right thing for the shareholders, for the people who owned the company, and for the employees. I had no idea what I was going to do when I left that company. But that's okay. You gotta, somebody once told me, you can't do it if it's 100% full. You have to make capacity. You've got to get rid of things, whether it's on a bookshelf so that next year you can buy more books, or in your heart and soul so that you can take on new relationships or new job opportunities. You have to make room. And by making room, I did exactly that. I just said, I'm finished with what I can do for you. Here it is. Here's your company. Now it's time for me to move on, even though I had no idea what I was going to move on to. And it, in fact, was the best thing I ever did for my career. Didn't know it at the time. But you make space.